Hello, my people. Welcome back again to this live section. Thank you so much for joining me again. So, something really happened in Anambra State today. Guess what happened, guys? Anambra State Governor Prophet Charles Soludo recently made a controversial statement saying 99% of the crimes happening in Anambra State, especially the kidnapping, the cultism, and the armed robbery, are done by our Igbo youth. This got a lot of people talking, both the East. Many people are reacting, saying that why would Soludo say such a thing? That all the whole things going on in Nigeria, both the insecurity, he's not even saying that the Northerners are the cause of it. He's saying that it was the Igbo people. Now, this is why people got angry based on what Soludo said. Soludo said that many say Soludo is washing dirty linen in public. Others believe he's generalizing all Igbo youth instead of going after criminals alone. People feel his words might be used by outsiders to insult Igbos, because how come he said that the Igbo people are the one causing the insecurity in the land? He even went as far as saying that the kidnappings and the armed robbery, that is the Igbo people that are causing it. This is terrible. So some people are saying that what Soludo is saying is right. Anybody who is seen supporting Soludo, the person does not like the Igbos, honestly. So some people are saying that he's right. They even agree some Igbo youths are involved in crime, but they say Soludo should not have put a percentage like 99%. Soludo said that 99% of the Igbo youths are the ones involved in crime. Others say he could have focused on solutions instead of blaming the Igbos. Now, some believe this might affect Soludo's political image among the Igbos, because the Igbos have already seen him now as a backstabber. How can he come out and say that the Igbos are the cause of insecurity? What happened to the Northerners? There was even a video I saw where a Northern man was saying that the Northerners are the cause of everything going on in Nigeria. Only for Soludo to come and backstab his people, saying that the Igbo people are the cause of insecurity in Nigeria, even the kidnappings and the armed robbery that is going on in Nigeria. This is really bad. Now, security issues are rising in Anambra State, which we are all aware. But why would Soludo come out and say that it is the Igbo youth are the ones causing the insecurity in Anambra State as well as Nigeria? So Soludo was saying that now our own boys they cause wahala pass. Many people vex say why him go talk like that publicly, even if it's true. Are you supposed to really generalize it? Some people believe self that he's saying the truth, but people are saying that he's not saying the truth. So, guys, let's keep this thing running. Please don't forget to stay with me to the end of this live section. I'll show you guys a video of what this man said, reacting to what Soludo said today. Just watch this video, guys, and I'll be right back.
Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to all Biafrans. Depending where you're hearing me or watching me from this very wonderful morning, I want you to take your time and listen to what the Anambra State Governor said about his own people because of 2025 gubernatorial election in Anambra State. Watch and listen.
Actual. I've been in office for three years and 3 months, okay? If we have arrested 100 criminals, non-mafia, kidnappers, and so on and so forth, 99.99% of them will mark Igbo. Did you hear me right? I said 99.99% of them will mark Igbo. So these things are verified because that was part of the lie that was put in propaganda. They are into kidnapping because it is the next lucrative business after Yahoo and drug. The next one for find disabled kidnapping. Omaka, and this is even other states. If an acquire we do all Anambra. Let me
stop it here so that we'll understand where we are going to or where we are coming from. Now, this is a man who has never done anything for the Anambarians and the people of his own community. Soludo came into power with the hope of making sure that Nnamdi Kanu will be released. Now, Everything that Soludo did in Anambra State was against his own brother when he came in. Now, he visited Nnamdi Kanu in detention. Remember, Soludo told you that, because I know he's a liar. So he told you guys that he's going to make Anambra to be like Taiwan and Dubai. Now, today, Anambra is a killing field where people are being unalived, left, right, and center. Soludo has never come out, to debunk everything that, we have been showing him on, pictures and what is going on in Anambra State. He has never come to debunk anyone. Remember, Obog market was locked for barely going to 4 to 5 months. Soludo never said a word until VDM came and then, started opening the eyes of people on what is happening there. That is when, people started, speaking out. Before Obog was opened, Soludo never said a word, never released any brief statements about that. Now, Soludo is telling you and I that the problem, 99.5% or 9% of the people unaliving and keep doing kidnapping in the forest are the Igbos, his own brothers, because of the coming election, so that the Fulanis will still give him power, so that it will discredit the injustice happening in the southeast by the Fulani jihadists. But these same Soludo's children are in United Kingdom, enjoying the best of life. I put it to you that, Soludo, you are very useless and a very stupid man. I'm telling you the truth. You are you are the governor of Anambra State, where I actually came from. But you're a very useless man. I'm telling you the truth. Very, very useless indeed. Now, you selling your brothers because of porridge. After being a governor, are you going to remain in Nigeria? You will run away like every other of your governor. Tell me one governor from the southeast who is in the southeast today. Show me one, tell me one, and I will tell you the country that every one of them is in today. Now you are saying this because of political power, because of gubernatorial election. And I want to tell the Anambarians that Soludo is not going to have any election in Anambra State. Election is not going to be holding in Anambra State, which you people know already. Biafra is now a sovereign nation and a sovereign state. Nobody can hold election in the southeast. And I keep asking, Soludo, you never created job opportunity in the southeast. You never did anything for the Anambarians. All you did is suppression, intimidation, unaliving, tax increment and disturbing the markets, women and men, destroying their properties, using your thugs to unalive our youth. Now that evidences are showing that some of these unaliving in the southeast are caused by the Fulani jihadists. Or you come to tell the world, the public, that the 99% of the unaliving in the southeast is being caused by your own brothers because of your selfish interest, which are never going to get. I want to promise you, Soludo, there will never be election in the southeast. Mark my word and read my lips. This is the same man, you see, these people talk from both sides of their mouth, that said that the release of Nnamdi Kanu will calm the nerves of the insecurity in the southeast. This same man came back to tell you and I that the release of Nnamdi Kanu will further increase the insecurity in the southeast. Talking from the both sides of his mouth. An Igbo man. No wonder these Yoruba individuals, Yoruba people, Obasanjo will come and tell you that use Igbo to get Igbo. Give them gun to kill themselves. That is what Soludo is trying to apply. A professor that should know better. You see, sometimes I just wonder how these people reason. You are saying all these things so that they will say that people are clapping for you. This is the same you that called Simon Ekpa a terrorist. This is the same you that called Simon Ekpa gang of criminals, and you could not come to Finland to present evidence why Simon Ekpa is unaliving his people. You ran away when the time presented himself. This is how to know useless governors and presidents. Dear friends, I'm still going to address Ogenkere, Van Van's case before our Prime Minister comes out. I'm still going to address them this week.
So, guys, you guys have listened to what he said, right? Concerning what Soludo said. Now, the same Soludo that is saying that Igbo people are the cause of insecurity in the land, he should not also forget that job opportunities are not being created in Anambra State, and all of a sudden he's coming out to tell us that the Igbo youths are the ones causing the insecurity in the land. He should also not forget that there have not been any job opportunities whereby our youths can say, okay, let us do this, let's do that. Why were people shocked? People were shocked when Soludo made this statement by saying that the percentage, like 99%, are the people involved in insecurity in Anambra State as well as Nigeria. People were so shocked by what he said. And now it seemed like as if he was attacking his own people. Yes, because in that his word alone, so he was like 99.9 of our Igbo people are the ones that were involved in insecurity. So, it seemed like he was attacking his own people. Many said it is wrong to generalize because Soludo just generalized and said it was the Igbo people. When he knows that insecurity and the insecurity, the people who are causing the insecurity, he knows them. And now he is saying that they are the ones, the Igbo people are the ones. His words gave outsiders, a weapon to mock Igbos. Now, based on this thing that is happening now, he has given outsiders a weapon to come and start mocking the Igbos. The leaders are expected to protect their people and not to come out to mock their people. Everybody were expecting Governor Charles Soludo to protect the Igbos, at least not come and wash their dirty linens outside. But he came out and he said it, that 99% of Igbos are involved in kidnapping, armed robbery, and insecurity going on in Nigeria. This is someone who we thought that is supposed to be protecting us. Instead, he's washing our dirty linens outside. Some said he's dividing his own state. Exactly. By this so doing now, what Soludo just did now, he just as if he divided his own state. People look up to him to protect his own people, and instead he's coming out to wash their dirty linens outside by saying that Igbo people are the cause of insecurity in Nigeria. And this is the question that many Nigerians have for him. How many job opportunity has he created for this same youth he's seen as a nuisance? How many job opportunity has he created? His students are outside the country studying. Definitely, maybe when they finish studying, they will get a better job outside the country. But we have so many youths here who are suffering. So, what has Soludo done? Soludo, how many job opportunity has he created in Anambra State or how many jobs? Yes, how many infrastructure has he done in Anambra State? How many job employment has he given to all these young youths? So why would Soludo come out and say that the kidnapping and things going on in Anambra State is Igbo people? There was a video I saw that was trending online. And now that incident happened in Anambra State. It was a case of, I think, robbery. Yes, no, it wasn't robbery. It was kidnapping. It was a case of kidnapping. And guess what? When they brought these two people that they caught, it was not even an Igbo person, but shockingly, it was a Fulani man that was the person doing that kidnapping operation. And like, it's shocking. It's shocking that Soludo did not see that part. That the only thing he has in mind is that it is the Igbo people that are causing the armed robbery and kidnapping in Anambra State. Is it that Soludo did not also see that video? So, these were social media reactions because people reacted to what Soludo said. Some Twitter and X users called it a betrayal. What Soludo did is just nothing but a betrayal. Some asked, why not blame poverty and joblessness? Just like what I was telling you guys earlier now. If Soludo is coming out to tell us that our youth are involved in armed robbery and kidnapping, he should blame it on the fact that he could not give the youth a job in Anambra State. He should blame it on poverty. He could not give his people good living. Others say that this is APC talking through Soludo. Many people went as far as saying that this one Soludo is talking like this. Are you sure that it's not APC that has made him to come and say such a thing against the Igbo people? They take it as a form of betrayal, that Soludo has betrayed his own Igbo brothers. Facebook groups erupted in debate. Some even said, so we have been saying it is true privately. So we're saying that it's not true. And someone said, don't disgrace Igbo youths in the public, said one user. One user came out and said, please don't disgrace Igbo youths in public. And some YouTube commenters called it a slap on the face. So many people are saying that, oh, this is a slap on the face. What Soludo has done, this is just a slap at the face to the Igbos. Because why come out to say such a thing about your own people in that manner? So people went on further saying that who knows if everything Soludo is trying to say maybe is actually a political motive. Some are believing he's eyeing a federal appointment. Others are saying he's trying to please Abuja by saying such a thing, and some link it to his opposition to IPOB. You get so people link it to his opposition in IPOB, because you guys know that Soludo has never ever supported IPOB. So some say that maybe he's preparing for 2027 national relevance, so that they'll be able to to see him. Some people said this could be a strategy to separate from Nnamdi Kanu ideology. And some people said Soludo wants to align with Tinubu's government. That is why he's doing such a thing. And some people are saying that he might be setting himself apart as what a realist. But this some say that Soludo. So people are saying that Soludo is actually lying, because why will you say that it is only the Igbo people that are involved in crime? Then what of all these things we'll be hearing in Anambra State? Will you also tell us that it's also the Igbo people that are causing all the whole insecurity in Nigeria? Why did he mention the specific people who are causing the insecurity in Anambra State? So this is where Soludo went wrong. The 99% figure is controversial. Why would he say 99%? Meaning that he's saying that everything going on in Anambra State is the Igbo youth. Now, he couldn't even back it with data. He couldn't back it with enough proof. He couldn't. Where's the proof of what you're saying? So blaming youth without addressing the cause is unfair. You cannot come out and be blaming our Nigerian youth when you have not been able to provide a good job for them. If it was that Soludo gave this youth job, it would be better if he's out here lamenting that kidnapping and robbery is not too much in Anambra State. It would be much better. But for the fact that he didn't even give the Igbo youth a job, and he's coming out to say such a thing, so blaming the youth without addressing the cause is very unfair. No mention of unemployment or bad governance. He's not been talking about the fact that there's no job in Nigeria. Yes, you see so many graduates who are roaming the streets. They will just go to school, finish, and they will come and be roaming the streets with their certificate. Some of them don't even end up reading, studying or working what they read. It's actually very, very bad. So before Soludo should come out and start blaming the youth, he should just tell us, has he really given any of the youths job? So he did not suggest rehabilitation programs. He didn't even say, okay, this is how we're going to solve the job, because he didn't even say, okay, I think what is causing this thing is poverty and unemployment. Let me look for how to create employment in Anambra State. He didn't talk about that one. All he was talking about is how 99% of Igbos have been the ones that they are the ones involved in kidnapping and armed robbery. So let me tell you guys where the Igbo youths are very angry. This is where the thing is affecting the Igbo youth on what he said. Igbo youth felt betrayed. Many said we are not all criminals. That's what many people are saying. Business-minded youth felt, lumped together. NYC members felt insulted. Igbo students spoke up on campus forums, and many hardworking young men felt discouraged because why would he say such a thing? Many people are reacting based on what Soludo said. People are saying that they feel betrayed. Many people even say that not all of us are criminals. Why would he generalize? Why would he generalize it as 99%? Him saying 99% means that it's all the whole Igbo people that are causing, that are causing the insecurity in Anambra State, which is totally bad. What he could have said is, he could have invited the youth for dialogue. That's what he could have said. Or what he could have done, he could have invited the youth for dialogue. He could have promised jobs and empowerment and do them. He should have focused on healing the community. He should have provided statistics if available. And he's out here blaming the Nigerian youth. He could not even blame economic hardship, knowing fully well of what is going on in Nigeria, and he was seen blaming the Igbo people. And this is now when many people are saying that Soludo is against them. That is what Soludo is against the Igbo people. It's so obvious by what he came out to say. That is what everybody is saying. So, and Soludo also knows the possible solutions to all these things. He knows that the possible solution is youth empowerment programs, community policing, skill acquisition training, scholarship and mentorship, business grants for startup, counseling and rehabilitation. But why is it that he has not done any of it? Instead, he's coming out to say such a hateful comment against the Igbos. So guys, you guys are aware that Nnamdi Kanu's trial is in 7 days. Yes, he will be coming to court in 7 days time. Tell me guys, let me know your comment below. What do you think will really happen on this 18th July? Do you think the outcome is going to be positive or negative? Do you think that finally on the 18th July that he will be released and there will be so much joy? Guys, what do you guys really think about 18th July? I want to know I want you guys to drop your comment below and tell me what you guys really think that is going to happen on the 18th of July, which is when Nnamdi Kanu is going to be coming to court. So, first of all, you guys are aware that Kanu's lawyer submitted a no submission case, right? And you guys know that no submission case is not left for Justice Omotosho to verify if he's going to accept or if he's not going to accept it. And the worst part of it is that if Justice Omotosho does not accept it, there will be serious problem, there will be serious wahala, which will lead to more protests. In fact, the indigenous people of Biafra will even cause another protest in Nigeria. That is, if Justice James Omotosho does not accept the no submission case. And now, you guys are also aware that if the lawyer if Justice James Omotosho finally accepts the letter, if Justice James Omotosho finally accepts what the Kanu's lawyers have submitted to him, that means it's freedom. That is what it means. It's freedom. So these are things that may likely happen on July 18th. Charge dismissed. Yes, they may dismiss charges against Nnamdi Kanu, like all charges, because the federal government witnesses could not be able to bring proof to say, oh, this man is a terrorist. So what will likely happen on July 18th is charge dismissed, and he works freely. Some charges dropped and others may be kept. These are things that may likely happen. Some charges may be dropped while other ones may be kept. The case continues fully. Judge may ask for more time adjournment. So this is things that are likely going to happen. Security agencies may delay judgment. Government may appeal his release. So if he's freed, if finally Nnamdi Kanu is freed, there will be a massive jubilation in the southeast. IPOB supporters may declare victory. Peace may return to many restrictive communities. International rights group will celebrate. Some critics may accuse the court of bowing to pressure. They may even become a hero again, may rebuild indigenous people of Biafra stronger, and this time around they are going to be coming out stronger and better, that the whole world will not be hearing their name. This is no longer a hidden something again. So that is only if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is free. Now, political tension may reduce if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. But if it's not released, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not released, these are likely things that they may happen. Possible protests in the southeast will erupt immediately. Increased anger in Igbo land. Igbo people will be so angry that anything can happen on that 18th July if he's not released. Youths may react emotionally, increase separate agitation. It could even affect the 2027 election if care is not taken. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not released on the 18th July, it's going to affect this 2027 election that is coming. Tensions between the East and federal governments may rise. More UN and AU attention. Kanu may file fresh legal actions, and lawyers might go towards the Supreme Court. So let's not take a look at how everything is going to be on that 18th July, even how the securities are going to be patrolling on that day. So there's going to be a tight security in Abuja as expected on July 18th. The southeast towns may see troop deployment. DSS presence will increase. The DSS will be so plenty. If you guys remember, anytime the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to court, they will tell the DSS officials to go and stay in front of the High Court gate to restrict people from entering the court. Just like when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went for court the last time, Showore, this popular freedom agitator, came to see him in court, and you know what? The DSS were even restricting them for entry from entering into the court. So imagine if they were just little DSS that their presence was there during the last court case. Just imagine how the 18th July is going to be. That means the DSS presence will even increase. Now, prayers and rallies already planned. Many IPOB supporters are planning to attend. Security agencies will be monitoring online chatter. So what do you think is the federal government strategy? Guys, I want to know your comments below. What do you really think is the federal government strategy? For me, the strategy is they want to keep control. They may try to delay to avoid riots, may use national security excuse, can appeal if court rules in Kanu's favor, still trying to label IPOB as a terrorist group, avoiding setting, release, and celebrating the precedents. So this is now what I'm going to be telling you guys now is the legal argument that is Kanu's team is making. This is the legal argument that Kanu's team is making. Federal government broke international law in his extradition. He was kidnapped, not properly arrested. The case lacks evidence. No link between him and armed attackers. Federal government witnesses failed in cross-examination. Right to fair trial has been violated. Now, what does this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu supporters want? What do they want? They want total freedom, amnesty for all indigenous people of Biafra members, apology from federal government, reparation for years in detention, political recognition for their cause. That's all they want. This is what many people are thinking now about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, because many people have been asking, everything in people's mind, everything people are asking now is, why is it that this man has been in continuous detention? So this is what people think. Many Nigerians feel he's been detained too long. Others say justice must take its course. Igbo youths mostly want peace and development. Some think his release will stabilize the East. That is what many people are thinking. Some people are saying that, his release is going to stabilize the East. And it's true. Once Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released, everything goes back to normal. We'll not have, if at this insecurity everybody is complaining of, maybe it will not more be, you will not be hearing of insecurity again in Nigeria. That is just it. Soludo is out here telling us that 99% of the Igbos are the one causing insecurity. That is what Soludo is saying. But he has forgotten that it's not only the Igbo people, that in fact the Igbo people self are less. It's not only the Igbo people. Guys, I'm going to show you guys this video. This is coming from a northern man. This is what he has to say concerning insecurity in Nigeria. He went as far as saying that it is the northerners that are causing every problem in Nigeria. So I'm going to show you guys this video so you guys will listen to what this Awusa man said, and I'll be right back. Just watch the video, guys.
Including my humble self standing here, all the politicians in northern Nigeria in the last 15 years, we should be held accountable to what is happening in northern Nigeria in terms of poverty, unemployment, lack of education, lack of security. As of 2016, some of us that live here in Kaduna, and Northwest in particular, were not aware of anything called banditry, kidnappings, or insurgency. If there's anybody here who is aware of that, can also attest to the fact that as of 2016, not 2019, 16, there was nothing like kidnappings even in Benogwari. I can tell you that for a fact. What went wrong?
Come, let me tell you the major problem of Nigeria. The major problem of Nigeria is northern part of the country. Northern Nigeria are the major problem of Nigeria. If you want to see conflict, northern Nigeria. Rape, northern Nigeria. Refugees, northern Nigeria. Thieves. In fact, if you want to see thieves stealing on an industrial scale, come to northern Nigeria. Thieves fully engaged in primitive accumulation, come to northern Nigeria. In fact, I am from northern Nigeria. I am proud to be an indigenous of Borno State. I am from Borno State. I am proud to be an indigenous of Borno State, from the northern part of the country. But I want to tell you that the major problem of this country is northern part of the country. These are people, if you want to see hatred, if you want to see conflict, if you want to see nepotism, cronyism, any other thing you can label. In fact, northern, if you carve out southern part of the country from Nigeria and give it 10 years, they are going to be recognized among community of nations because of the development they will have. 70% of the people who govern this country are from the northern part of the country. But if you want to see hunger, starvation, and any other thing, it's from the north. Why? We are the major problem. But our people doesn't want us to be speaking the truth. And that is why we continue to somersault in this kind of issue.
We have had a northern president from Katsina for 8 years. Before he came, we did not have a single IDP. All our local governments were safe. Now Katsina State, 22 out of 34 local governments. That is 65% of Katsina. It's under siege. Borno State is more secure and safer than Katsina. That we had a president who is from there. That is a failing of us northerners. We need to look at ourselves. And now here we are. We have a leadership. We have a vice president number 2 who is from the north. We have a Speaker of the House who is number 4, who is from the north. We have an SGF who is from the north. We have the senior most military officer who is from the north. We have all the ministers of defense from the north. We have the Minister of Police from the north. We have the National Security Advisor from the north. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will look at us and say, you guys have no excuse not to bring peace to your land. So it is up to us to look at ourselves in the mirror, we northerners, especially those in government, and lock the door and say, people, how do we take care of these problems? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu from the southwest cannot come and bring peace to us. It is us that must bring peace to ourselves. And it is not the military that will bring peace. I've said it again and again, banditry can never be won on the battlefield. We're just putting the military to clean up after this mess. They're everywhere. So northern leadership, all of us, must come in, lock the door and sit down and see how we can bring peace to our land. 15 years of Boko Haram, 9 years of banditry. Are we going to continue this forever? I have friends in the United States calling me and say, did you see the primary school where these kids were taken? Blown roof, nothing there. Well, this is the leadership of the North that fuels all of this. And we're looking elsewhere, we're blaming somebody else. No. Leaders of the North, those in government and out of government, it's time for us to look ourselves in the face and say, we have failed our people, we need to do better. The military cannot bring peace to ourselves. None. We must all get involved and stop this nonsense, this Boko Haram, this banditry.
I don't mean to be rude. I don't want to be rude to anybody, and I don't want to disrespect anybody, and I don't want to insult anybody. What I'm saying is that is the real truth. The real truth, the real problem of Nigeria, are Northerners. Northerners, Fulani, Hausa are the problem of Nigeria. They don't want our Nigerian progress. If they are not the one in power, then nobody can do it. It's only them that can do it. If you say you deprive Igbo people from having what is supposed to be theirs, allow them to go for their Biafra. If you say Yoruba people are not competent, they cannot rule Nigeria, allow them to go. Then we, the Northerners, should just stay and rule ourselves.
We are known for industry. Ibambo. Oheji Marandi Igbo. Number 2, we are known for hard work. Oru aka. Sometimes I na boy oru ike. We are known for community and family. Umunna no munne. That is what we are known for. All the development that happened in Igbo, when we had that spot of growth between the 1940s and the 1960s, that made the Eastern region the leading economic powerhouse in the world at that time, was from community effort. Umunna. We built schools, we did everything for ourselves. This sense of family means that you cannot hurt your brother. That is why Ndi Boneja say, Onyagala wanne, do not leave your own. I plead Alokotus this morning that everything I say, just blame it on me, don't blame it on any other Igbo person. That's number 1. Number 2, I'm going to say things that are going to be very uncomfortable for us, Ndi Igbo. And I will wish that you all please bear with me, because sometimes Ndi Igbo sina aga ekwu eziokwu ga egwu onye eze na aga ekpuru nkata n'ishi gwa ya okwu. But ọ bụrụ nkata ka mkpugbu a nkata ndị inyom ka ahụ nkata ka anyị bịara. Udo dịrị unu. Some time ago, short while ago, because we go into social media and we get people say things, I read a very short piece by someone whose name on social media and the group, he called himself John Doe. Of course, John Doe means a nobody. But he said this. He said, most of the Yahoo boys are encouraged, protected, and supported by their mothers. I do not know whether this is true, but that brings us to what we want to talk about here, about Igbo values. As mothers, if you stay and you know that your son or your daughter comes home with things that they do not work for or deserve, and you encourage it, and you go to church, and you go ahead and pay tithe on that illegal money, then what you're doing is that you're desecrating the land. And so this morning, we want to look at things, what we were known for, our values. What are these values? Number 1, We are known for industry. Ibambo. Oheji Marandi Igbo. Number 2, we are known for hard work. Ọrụ aka. Sometimes I na-akpọ ya ọrụ ike. Kama. Today, we are no longer known because our desire to be better than others has now made it impossible for our youth to follow that path of Onwike. Thirdly, we as Igbo, we are known for community and family. Umunna, no munne. That is what we are known for. All the development that happened in Igbo, when we had that spot of growth between the 1940s and the 1960s, that made the Eastern region the leading economic powerhouse in the world at that time, was from community effort. Umunna. We built schools, we did everything for ourselves. Today, we're finding it that this sense of family and community no longer exists, because this sense of family means that you cannot hurt your brother. That is why in the Igbo Neja say, Onyagala wanne, do not leave your own. Ndi Igbo were also known as part of our values for respect. Nsoporo. We used to respect people. But like our brother here, Osita Chidoka, pointed out in one of his papers, which I give you credit for, he pointed out to us that today in Igbo, people indulge in 3 things. One is Mebu, because they have the political power or they have the will over you, they oppress you. The other one is Mbare, because they see that they can get away with anything, they insult you and do anything to you. That is what we see in Igbo. And of course, the third one is Nkare. That is, at every point, they want to show you that they are much bigger. And when people have political power, they use that the most. That is why, when people have political power in Igbo, instead of doing the road for the community, they will not do it because their enemy is there, or the person who went, or who challenged them in the political contest. So these 3 things, Mmebu, Mpare, and Nkare, are the things that we see in Igbo today that is giving us a big, big problem. Another value that Igbo used to have was amamihe, education and knowledge. Education and knowledge was the fundamental underpinning of the Igbo person. And every one of us strived. That is why, even though the Yoruba got education before us and met the people from the British and all that, we, as Igbo, overtook the whole of Nigeria between 1950 and 1960 because everybody strived for education. Zeke pioneered this. He paid for people to be taken abroad to go to school and come back and develop their place. Today, we find that only women want to go to school. Our young men and our youth are more interested in something called a gombute. They want to get rich quick. And that has laid a very, very bad foundation in Igbo land. Lastly, Ndi Igbo were known as very hospitable and generous. How more onyinye. We used to take care of our people. And that is why our ethos has always been Onyagala Wanea. And the fundamental underpinning of every Igbo person is Ebwebere, Gobere. And so this hospitality was what made us. If you come to the house of Onyibo, he will first bring out Nzu, chalk, to put on your hand, and then bring Oji, which is the kola nut that we use to welcome you. So if you go to an Igbo person's house and there's no kola nut, know that you're not welcomed. If he doesn't have,
You could in my wrapper. Who 10 times?